Group Newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. The DeWitt County Fair Board has made numerous improvements to the DeWitt County 4-H Fairgrounds in recent years and is planning for another improvement this fall. During the Heart Media Group's 4-H Horse Show coverage as part of its annual fair tour, DeWitt County 4-H Fair Board President Dan Enos indicated fundraising efforts are ongoing to construct a simple covering this fall.
And because of this weather, we are having, the Fair Board is doing a fundraising thing that we desperately need. We are putting a roof over the old arena. So we will have a definite place we can ride and do halter in the dry, undercover. So anybody with deep pockets, we need donations. A lot of businesses and individuals have really dug deep and helped us a lot. We're getting close, but we're not totally there. We are putting a roof over it for sure this fall. We've already signed commitment. And whatever we don't have collected by time of payment, Longview Bank has given us a low interest rate loan working with us for 5 years. So we can even take pledges. If we have sheets for that, if you want to give so much a year for the next 5 years, any way you want to. And we really making in Piatt County's business. I hope you're hearing this. This DeWitt County is unbelievable supporting us here, but we need help. Your kids show here, and we need help from those two counties. The building we're going to do is 80 feet wide and 165 feet long. So almost all of it will be covered. That's about as far as we can afford with wood without going to steel that really drives it up. But it should basically be what you see covered and be able to ride. The poultry and rabbits is really what it started for. Really need a place to go because they've outgrown the old Farquharson building. And they have to show a few days or one day and go home. They don't get to stay for the whole fair. So that's what started the whole thing. But we would be great that we could ride in it too.
The Fair Board needs about $200,000 for the covering. Enos indicates they have made good progress toward that goal, but are not quite there yet. If they do not reach it, they will still move forward with the project and take out loans to get them the rest of the way.
$200,000. We are $80,000 short right now with some pledges that will keep coming in. We're still not totally there, and we have to pay off the builder, which is going to be Wilson Schrader. That's given an excellent deal on it also here locally in town. We will have to pay them off this fall when they're done. I know unless we really get some really good people giving us money, we won't have enough to pay it, so we'll be taking a loan out for the rest. All the money that's raised here on the grounds goes right back into this grounds. We've put new roofs on several of the buildings. We've added on to the cattle barn for a new deal. The swine building got totally re-roofed. The old cattle barn, we had to tear it down and build a new one because the structure was just about ready to go from so many roof leaks. So we've done a lot of upgrades.
Enos says the 4-H Fairgrounds host several horse shows throughout the summer, so this would allow them to continue those events rain or shine. This year's 4-H Horse Show was impacted by rain moving through. To contribute to the effort, Enos encourages contacting any 4-H Fair Board member you may know or the DeWitt County Farm Bureau for more information. Head Start in DeWitt County is looking for vital staff for its programming. Chrissy Conklin with Community Action's Head Start program explains that in DeWitt County, they are looking for a new family educator who will help prepare families at home to get their students ready for the school setting. This puts a focus on the PAT, or Parents as Teachers curriculum.
In DeWitt County,
Sure.
So specifically Clinton, we are looking for a family educator. So if you're not familiar with what a family educator is, that is an individual that goes and does home visits. So they meet with families once a week for 90 minutes, and it is meant to help educate the parent or guardian to help their child.
Mhm.
So there is a lesson. We have the curriculum, PAT, Parents as Teachers. So it's assisting them to be in that teacher type role with your children.
Okay.
So, if you want to teach your child a certain skill, like how do you go about doing that? Because when they're younger, you need to break it down. You can't just say, hey, go put your toys away. Like, what does that look like? And, or hey, organize this or put the forks away here or whatever. Like, those are very foundational math skills, literacy skills, because it's sorting, it's colors, it's size, it's shape.
Yeah.
So, because some people are like, well, they're just utensils or they're just balls or whatever. But those are foundational skills. You have to know how to sort and organize things.
Right.
And that's part of the curriculum and working towards that. So family educators, they follow this curriculum, PAT, and meet with the families. And the age group for that role is specifically for pregnant moms up to age 3.
In Lincoln, Conklin states that they are looking for candidates with at least a bachelor's degree in early childhood education to be Head Start teachers. This is a year-round and classroom role.
In Logan County, so specifically in Lincoln, which is about a half hour from here, not that far away, we are looking for a couple Head Start teachers. So ideally, the qualifications that those individuals would have would be early childhood, a bachelor's in early childhood education. And so they would obviously have the knowledge and the degree to be an educator in that classroom.
Okay.
So we're looking for a couple of those. Good question. So family educators work year round. The teacher role for Head Start is year round. We do have some of our staff that go on furlough. That happens in a lot of Head Start programs just because that Head Start age, that 3 to 5 age, that's not over the summer. And just like schools, that's not over the summer. So, but yeah, our management positions, family educators, coaches, they're, year round.
Head Start is looking to fill a longstanding management vacancy related to mental health and disability challenges. This person would help develop standards that address the ever-evolving social and emotional needs of students.
Management level position. It's been open for quite a while. It's mental health and disability. So we created that about a year ago, maybe a little bit less. And that was based on looking at all of our data and, assessing where we're at, what our kids' needs. And so that kind of is how that position was created. So ideally, that person would have at least a bachelor's and some type of background with mental health, disabilities, maybe special education. And they would do classroom observations and help us with that social emotional piece, as we know our families and our children need more of. So it was just better help to support all of that. Looking at our data again this past week, I would say there has been an increase in disabilities in just the type. So, we broke it down by autistic and ADHD and all of these other factors. And then mental health. Just if the family is struggling with mental health and they are not in a good headspace and it doesn't seem like a very good environment, that is actually going to rub off on the child, and they are going to struggle. They might not be able to say, I'm mad and angry right now because I didn't get dinner last night. They might be and might not be able to vocalize that, but it's still affecting them because they can feel it.
Conklin reminds that now is the time to register your student for Head Start. Do so and find more information about hiring at capsule.info or by finding Community Action on Facebook. Heartland CASA is expanding volunteer training opportunities this summer and fall as the organization works to recruit more court-appointed special advocates for children in need. The first training session at Kremer Village in Assumption, Illinois will be held on Mondays from July 27th to August 31st, running from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Currently, 256 children across DeWitt, Christian, Macon, and Moultrie counties are waiting to be matched with a CASA volunteer. To help meet that need, Heartland CASA is partnering with Kremer Village to offer 2 special summer training classes at the organization's Assumption campus. Anyone interested in becoming a CASA volunteer or learning more about the upcoming trainings is encouraged to contact 217-428-8424. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
From pickups to family vehicles, trust the experts at Walker Tire in Clinton, featuring quality Yokohama tires for dependable performance. We're here to help you find the right tire for every vehicle and every budget. Learn more by clicking our icon on DeWittDailyNews.com.
Longview Community Bank is now open in Clinton, investing in rural Illinois. I'm Vice President Nate Sams. Stop by for a visit or to find out how we provide real local banking. Click our banner ad at the top of the local news page on DeWittDailyNews.com.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW, AM, FM, and streamed online.
The Illinois Emergency Management Agency has designated WHOW's many platforms on AM and FM, as well as WEZC 95.9 FM, as standby radio stations for emergency messages to be sent for severe weather, as well as for the Clinton Power Station. We also have a direct link to the National Weather Service for watches or warnings to air immediately when they're issued. Keep yourself and your family safe by tuning into the WHOW platforms on AM, FM, or streamed online, as well as on WEZC 95.9 FM.
Don't let a summer sniffle turn into a summer setback. Whether it's a cold cough, rash, scrape, bug bite, or minor injury, Warner Hospital's walk-in clinic has you covered. No appointment necessary. Just walk in and be seen by our caring medical team. Fast, convenient care. Close to home means less time waiting, more time enjoying summer. Warner Hospital Walk-in Clinic. Right here when you need us.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. David Hamilton and Bryce Terang drove in 2 runs each during a 4-run 7th inning, and the Milwaukee Brewers rallied from a 3-run deficit to beat the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3 on Monday night. Garrett Mitchell opened the 7th with a single off reliever Justin Brewell, and Saul Frelick greeted Ryan Fernandez with a ground rule double. Fernandez has a record of 1-2. Cooper Pratt was safe on Fernandez's fielding error to load the bases, and Hamilton followed with a 2-run double. Ryan Stanek came in and surrendered a go-ahead 2-run single to Terang. Terang's fielding error led to 2 unearned run off Shane Drohan, who is 4-2, in the 3rd inning as St. Louis jumped in front. During that 7th inning rally, Hamilton was lifted for a pinch runner due to tightness in his left hamstring. Nelson Velasquez had a leadoff double in the 6th and scored on a single by Mason Wynn for a 3-0 advantage. It was the only earned run allowed by Drohan on 6 hits across 6 innings. Chad Patrick struck out 2 in 2 perfect innings, and Trevor McGill gave up a leadoff single to win before finishing off his 14th save in 16 opportunities. St. Louis starter Dustin May threw 81 pitches on 3 days rest and left with 2 outs and runners on the corners in the 5th. Brewell retired Christian Yelich on a ground out to keep it 2-0. May allowed 4 hits and struck out 7 in 4 2/3 innings. Brewell got 4 outs and was charged with a run. Fernandez surrendered 3 runs, 2 earned, without retiring a batter. Brewers right-hander Jacob Misarowski is 9-4 with a 1.47 ERA and starts the first game of Tuesday's day-night doubleheader. The other starting pitchers have not been announced for either game. In scores from around the MLB yesterday, the Kansas City Royals routed the Philadelphia Phillies 15-1, while the New York Yankees took down the Tampa Bay Rays 5-1. The Washington Nationals beat the Houston Astros 12-11, while the New York Mets beat the Atlanta Braves 7-6 in 10 innings. The Arizona Diamondbacks shut out the San Diego Padres 8-0, while the San Francisco Giants romped the Toronto Blue Jays 10-1, and the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Colorado Rockies 8-7 in 11 innings. American hopes for a deep World Cup run at home ended when Charles de Ketelaere scored twice and assisted on another goal, helping Belgium expose the U.S. defensive liabilities in a 4-1 win Monday night that earned a quarterfinal berth. While the U.S. was boosted by the presence of star forward Folarin Balogun, whose one-game red card suspension was controversially lifted by FIFA, American defenders were at fault in a pair of first-half goals, and Fries's howler gave the Red Devils a third early in the second half. Second-half substitute Romelu Lukaku added Belgium's final goal in the third minute of stoppage time after Richards' giveaway. Malik Tillman tied the score at 1-1 midway through the first half when he became the first player since France's Bernard Gengini in 1982 to have 2 free kick goals in a World Cup, but the Americans conceded less than a minute after the ensuing kickoff. After winning 3 World Cup games for the first time in the expanded 48-nation tournament, the U.S. lost its 7th straight match to Belgium. The Americans have dropped 11 of their last 12 games against European opponents, winning their only round of 32 match against Bosnia-Herzegovina. De Ketelaere put Belgium ahead in the 8th minute, and Tillman's goal in the 31st energized a largely red, white, and blue crowd of 66,925 at Lumen Field. De Ketelaere dampened that and assisted on Hans Vanneken's 57-minute goal after Fries lost control of the ball in front of his net. Dodia Lukebakio made a long diagonal pass to the opposite corner, leading to the opening goal. Leandro Trossard controlled the ball, and his cross was blocked by Freeman and popped into the air. Freeman headed the ball into the penalty area, and Timothy Castagni charged after it and hooked a centering pass around Richards. De Ketelaere split Anthony Robinson and Tim Ream at 38, the oldest American ever in a World Cup, then with his right foot redirected the ball into an open net. Tillman scored after Brandon Michelli knocked down Balogun about 25 yards from the goal. Tillman's kick deflected off Vanneken's head and deflected to the left of goalkeeper Thibaut Courtis, who had dived to the right. Trossard got around Sergino Dest for a cross, and De Ketelaere out-jumped Ream and headed the ball past Fries in the 33rd minute for his 8th international goal. Belgium built a 2-goal lead when Michelli lofted a long ball that Fries chested after 2 hops. Fries hesitated with a touch, then scrambled and kicked the ball off De Ketelaere. Vanneken one-timed a shot from 35 yards that deflected in off Ream. Lukaku entered in the 67th minute and scored his 93rd international goal. Get highlights of your local high school program by finding IL Sports Wire on your preferred social media platforms, and get local sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Spring just has a way of putting a little more energy into everything. Brighter days, warmer air, and more reasons to get out and enjoy it. Your home should keep up with that. At Hickory Point Garden Homes, you'll have your own one-story duplex with bright open spaces, a private patio, and neighborhood walking paths just outside your door for that perfect stroll in the spring sunshine. You can spend less time managing your home and more time enjoying the warm spring days ahead. See what that feels like at Hickory Point Garden Homes in Forsyth, Illinois, and step into comfortable living for 55 and better.
It's the quiet moments you count on. A call that connects instantly, a show that never buffers, a home that just works. That's the difference with Connexus Fiber Internet. We built a buried fiber network designed for consistency, earning us the title of top-rated fiber internet provider in Illinois. With plans starting as low as $25 a month and 3-year price lock options, it's reliability you can feel without the unpredictability. Because with Connexus, connection means everything. Experience better at Connexus.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.
DeLand Farmers Grain says congratulations to the DeWitt County 4-H'ers that brought their animals, displays, and exhibits to this year's DeWitt County 4-H Junior Fair. The hard work it takes to prepare and present does not go unnoticed. Hats off to all the local 4-H'ers who work year-round to make their 4-H chapters proud. From DeLand Farmers Grain, keeping farmers happy at harvest. This tip of the hat to the DeWitt County 4-H'ers comes from Gibson Area Hospital. It's hard work, but the accomplishments and awards you've earned make it worth it. Your contributions to the fair make our county proud. Congratulations on your achievements at this year's DeWitt County Junior 4-H Fair. Gibson Area Hospital, the model of excellence in community health care.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. It is wheels down for President Trump. He's in Turkey now, site of this year's annual NATO summit. Alliance leaders will strive to convince him that they are committed to spending more on defense. International shipping that remains subject to attack in the Strait of Hormuz. A tanker caught fire off the coast of Oman after it was hit by some sort of missile, presumably fired by Iran. Calls are growing within his own party for Democrat Graham Plattner to step down as the U.S. Senate candidate in Maine. On top of other allegations, now a woman is accusing Plattner of sexual assault. Millions in the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast facing another day of rain as floodwaters and the threat of flooding persist. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow futures 134 points higher. NASDAQ futures down 267. More details, srnnews.com.
Are you carrying more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Do you feel like you're running on a financial treadmill, making payment after payment, month after month, yet never getting ahead? If you're tired of watching your hard-earned money disappear into interest charges, there may be options available to help you take back control of your finances. At Total Financial Freedom, they'll show you what qualified consumers may be able to save through programs designed to help them resolve debt faster than making minimum payments alone. The consultation is free, confidential, and comes with absolutely no obligation. Why spend years, sometimes decades, paying thousands in interest when there may be a better path forward? Total Financial Freedom is a Christian-owned company that has helped thousands of Americans pursue financial freedom for nearly 20 years and is proudly A+ rated and accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now and ask how you can receive a complimentary copy of The Debt Dietitian. Stop running in place. Start moving toward financial freedom at 866-744-7344. 866-744-7344.
From the Heart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local news update. Head Start in DeWitt County is looking for vital staff for its program. Chrissy Conklin with Community Action's Head Start program explains that in DeWitt County, they are looking for a new family educator who will help prepare families at home to get their students ready for the school setting. This puts a focus on the PAT, or Parents as Teachers, curriculum.
In DeWitt County,
Sure.
so specifically Clinton, we are looking for a family educator. So if you're not familiar with what a family educator is, that is an individual that goes and does home visits. So they meet